Hey everybody, welcome to your weekly video update. I am Matt Wolf, Editor-in-Chief of Car Wash Magazine and the Chief Marketing Officer for International Car Wash Association. Hey, this is your update every single week that gives you at least one key takeaway for you to take back to your business to make sure that you are better tomorrow than you are today, right? So let's kick into this week's episode. We've got a couple of things going on. Look, where I am right now in Minnesota, we've got almost 100 inches of snow over the course of this winter, so I am getting a little bit tired of the snow. Today I look outside and it's pretty dark and gloomy. Maybe some rain and snow coming. How is it where you are? What's going on in your neck of the woods? I know there's been some pretty dramatic weather throughout the United States in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully everybody is safe from that and everybody is doing okay and recovering. If you're not, let us know your story. We want to know what we can all do to help. This is a community that we're all part of, and we want to lift each other up. So there's that. Hey, coming up in just a few weeks, we're going to be in Las Vegas for the Car Wash Show 2023. And you know, friends, that means that we're going to unveil or reveal, I don't know what the right term is, we're going to bring Plinko back out, all right, in the Car Wash Magazine Live studio. And we're going to be right at the front of the show floor. If you want some opportunities to play that game, here's the deal. One is you can drop off your ticket at the DRB booth to be entered into the grand prize drawing. Two, show up in the studio and participate in some of our fun activities in between sessions so that you can be selected to drop a puck or two. And then three, the easiest way, the number three here, tell us the phrase that pays, right? And so the phrase that pays is pretty simple. It's related to my weather woes, and it is, the snow falls fast and frequent. That's it. Phrase that pays. Okay, moving on. We have to start this particular update with a little bit of a sadder note. Transcam founder Murray Ewing has passed away. He founded that company 47 years ago, and so we're thinking about the Ewing family and all of the Transcam family here as they work through their loss. The flip side of this is if you knew Murray was a lively guy, a great personality, was super kind to everybody he ever met, and one of the family's wishes is that if you want to honor Murray's life, the best way that you do that is be as kind as possible to everyone you meet, whether that's your waitstaff server, whether it's your neighbor down the road, whether it's the people you love the most. Do whatever you can to put a smile on their faces, and that's really at the core of who Murray was and what he tried to do with his business and with his family and everybody that was around him. So join me in kind of honoring his legacy by going out there today and being kind to somebody. Now, we're going to shift gears here a little bit to something that is really special in terms of the connection to Murray, right? So this is the kind of an event that Murray would have loved, right? Because it's all about bringing people together. It's all about really kindness and making people smile, and that's what's going on at the Car Wash Show in Las Vegas coming up that I just mentioned about. So there's going to be a big gathering on opening night there. That's May 8th of 2023. That's the Big Bash, sponsored by OPW Vehicle Wash Solutions, so make sure you check that out. The other event I want to make sure you are looking at as you come to this show, again, this is all about legacy and honoring people and honoring the memory of people. The Hall of Fame celebration this year is going to honor two fantastic individuals. That's going to be May 9th in the evening from 5 to 6:15 p.m. It's going to be a really nice event. That is ICA members only, so make sure your membership is up to date. That's for individuals. ICA members are individuals, not company-based. And then the other thing, another event coming up that I think you all need to kind of put on your radar if it fits for you. The Car Wash Excellence Summit, that's going to be July 10 through 12. Now, what is that? Well, it's kind of an exclusive gathering of 45 of the kind of top C-level folks in the industry, and they're going to get together at a really nice property out in Ojai, California, and learn from a premier speaker that we've kind of pulled together for them to kind of talk about what's going on in their business. So if you're interested in that, you can go get more information at the carwash.org website and find out if this is the right kind of event for you or someone on your team. So we've got some other news going on, all right? So this is I like to call these my hot stove updates because, hey, it's baseball season, whether you believe it or not based on the weather. Joey Pashone has joined Arcadian Services as their business account manager. And Joey comes to them from about 15 years in the car wash industry. Most recently, he was at Driven/Take 5. So congratulations to Arcadian's continued growth. Nice job over there. And then we've got, speaking of Take 5, check this out. So I was on site for this event actually in McKinney, Texas. Take 5 opened its 400th site, and in doing so, they're supporting children's health with a pretty fantastic contribution. They donated $28,000. Now, this wasn't even just grand opening donations and that kind of thing. This was actual cash contributions to that organization to help lift up and kind of further what they do for supporting children's health. So, really great story coming out of the South there in McKinney, Texas, for the Driven Brands organization. Other news we've got for you. We're staying in the Greenfield lane here. Champion Express, they've opened 6 Greenfield locations here in Q1 of 2023, so pretty steady growth. That's a good number. And they're doing that. They've done that across 4 states, and so they continue to expand their footprint. Congratulations to Champion on your growth. And then one of my all-time favorites, only because it was one of the first car washes I was ever introduced to. Mike's Car Wash has opened its 20th location in Cincinnati. That is just for their greater Cincinnati area. That actually makes it their 38th location when you expand that out into the Kentucky and Indiana areas. And then we've got this one's a fascinating story. So I don't know, sometimes there's lots of different ways to go out there and get funding for your wash in your next big adventure. Rock and Wash, based in Canada, has announced a round of equity crowdfunding. Okay, so I don't know if any of you all have done this, but they're announcing crowdfunding through Equivest, which is a site in Canada. They're going to use those funds to help them kind of build out that flagship location in Alberta, and then they're going to really try to scale that operation from there. So fascinating approach. It's one way to look at finding funding. There's lots of ways. So that's really cool. I really like that. It's very creative. Up next, all right, so one more thing here. I got a couple more things. I lied. One is, in the Champions Corner, we've got an interesting product kind of conversation for you. Arcadian's got a C3 cleaner. This is promising really safe and scrub-free cleaning. You can check out more information about that if you want to click on that link in the newsletter here, or find that on their website. And then from carwashmagazine.com, we've got a Building for Flexibility article. So what in the world is Building for Flexibility? That means, friends, when you are building your site, or maybe you're doing some renovations, it means thinking about the future, right? So what can you do today that's going to make it easier for you to transition to whatever the next business model might be, or whatever the next profit center is you may want to put on your site, or whatever the next experience you may need to be able to provide for your customers. So the example in this story here is going back to kind of pre-Express exterior days, when that kind of started to bubble up and people were building washes, and they had to have conversations around, well, should I just make parking spaces and run electricity out there so I'm ready for the future? And the answer, friends, as you know now, is yes. Yes, you should have done that, because once you made that transition into the Express exterior model and added those free vacuums, it was a lot easier if you already had kind of run what you needed out there, as opposed to having to rip it all up and rerun and redo all that. So it's a whole article about all those kinds of things and what you can be doing today to make sure that you're set up for the future. Check that out, carwashmagazine.com, or in the Car Wash Magazine app. Right, now, I've got one last thing that I want to tell you all about. If you missed it, there was a webinar that took place on March 29th. This was the latest research from ICA on consumers. So this is something we do on a consistent basis now. This is the consumer research. We've got a Pulse report available for you to purchase. It's a discounted rate for ICA members. Otherwise, you can pay the full rate for that. You can check that out right there at the link at carwash.org/pulse. Okay, that's all I got for you guys this week. I tried to get through it in my 10 minutes or less. We're going to go just a little bit over this week. I want to make sure that you all join me in Las Vegas. Come say hi in the Magazine Live studio. It's going to be a great time. We're May 8 through 10. It's going to be a phenomenal experience for everybody that shows up. And really, frankly, you can't afford not to be there, because your competition is. All right, friends, when you're out there and you're just killing it washing cars, there's only one thing you've got to do, and you know what that is. Keep it clean.